This is Margot and Thomas, and today they're about to answer a big question. What's a pivot table?
Hi everyone! In this video we will find out what a pivot table is and when it is needed. I will also show you why the pivot table is more powerful than a data grid, especially when it comes to analyzing and summarizing large amounts of data. Let's imagine I own two coffee shops. Recently, I've noticed that my sales have been going down and I want to understand why. Maybe I should add more bakery items or try new coffee roasts. To figure it out, I will use my simple table where I track all the sales. Let's take a look at last week's sales to find some insights and trends. I'll start with something simple. I want to know the revenue at each of my coffee shops. Well, I'll sort the grid by location. I can see that my Brooklyn location earned $50.05. Okay, not bad. Let's see what we have in Manhattan. $75.40. It would be nice to compare these two numbers, but I already forgot how much Brooklyn made. Next time I should write it down somewhere. Now let's find out which product categories are the most popular. It seems that all I can do on the grid is sort by category and calculate the number of transactions manually. Since I only have 30 records, that seems doable. But even for this small task, I'd better create an additional table. After doing the math, I can tell you that coffee is in the first place and tea in the second. Let's dig into the data a bit more. How about finding which option generated the most revenue for each coffee shop? For this task, I need to create one more table, and this time I decided to use formulas. After configuring the formulas, I can say that brewed chai tea is a winner for Manhattan and hot chocolate for Brooklyn. That was challenging. I really don't want to think about my monthly report, let alone the yearly one. And what if I want to go even further with my analysis? For example, I might want to calculate the average revenue per product category or a percentage of the total revenue each category contributes. Or I want to reorder my table and move the categories to rows and locations to columns. Sure, formulas can be a perfect solution for calculation, but it still took me around 10 minutes to reorder and calculate everything, and to remember I only have 30 records. The data in this table is useful, but what if I need another table where each option is specified under its category?
Do you need to create a table every time you need to rearrange the data?
It seems that I've reached the limit of working with data grid. What I really need is to work with, aggregate and gain insights from data without creating a dozen of additional tables. Here is where a pivot tables is the solution.
Or really, tell me more.
It's perfect for calculating and analyzing data, comparing values, identifying patterns and trends. A pivot table was created for working with multidimensional data. Data with multiple dimensions, such as time, location or product, so we can explore it from different angles. Let's look at the example that will make everything clear. I'll redo my calculations using Flexmonster Pivot. Unlike Google Sheets or Excel if I were using it, Flexmonster was created specifically for pivoting. As a bonus, it has an intuitive interface and is easy to configure and customize. So, let's see if we can get some clearer insights without all the manual work. I've already loaded my sales into the pivot table, so now it looks like this. With no effort, I can already see the answer for my first question. The revenue by product category in each of my coffee shops. Oh, and I can even double-click the cell to see how those totals were calculated. Next, I wanted to know the most popular categories. Let's see. I will go to the field list, remove the option field for simplicity, and change the aggregation to count. Nice! Now, by sorting the columns, I can quickly see which categories are the most and least popular. And for the final scenario, determine which option generated the most revenue for each coffee shop. I just removed the category field, added the option field, and changed the aggregation for revenue to sum. Now, using these certain arrows, it's easy to answer our question. Brewed chai tea generates the most revenue in Manhattan, while hot chocolate does so in Brooklyn. I'm still thinking how tricky it was in the data grid. Well, in the pivot table, it's easy. What's more, tasks like calculating average revenue, analyzing percentages of total, and simply reordering fields to view the data from different angles all take just a couple of clicks here. No stress, no fear of misplacing values, no need to create a new table every time you need to check a different angle of data. We have learned that pivot tables are powerful tools for data analysis and are incredibly useful in real-world scenarios. With Flexmonster, you can go even further. Filter data, create custom aggregation functions, apply conditional formatting, and much more. I suggest you investigate other features in the next videos together. I hope yearly reports will not be scary for you with pivot tables. Thanks for watching and happy analyzing!
Now even Thomas knows what a pivot table is.